Thank you, Ruby, for being a part of our conference and for your inspiring words and thoughts. I'm rarely speechless, but Tiana's introduction made me speechless this morning. Thank you so much, Tiana, for sharing your story with us. I think it's students like you who bring IB teachers and teachers in general to work every day, and you just really captured the impact that teachers and a good education can have on one life and many lives. So thank you, Tiana. That was awesome. All right. Now, can I take a moment to ask you the same question that Cristobo asked all of us yesterday as he provoked us to think about how technology impacts our lives? Can I please ask you to please take out your cell phones and your iPads and face them towards me? That was such a cool picture that I want one of my own. Come on. Can you dim the lights, Lisa? Dim. This is awesome. Okay, thanks. We're done with that. It was such a neat idea that I had to steal it and get a picture of my own, and I'll tweet it out later. Thank you. I think it was also Friday morning that Ben Walden said that it is our sense of purpose that gets us out of bed each morning, and that some days you have to dig a little deeper to find it. Well, for a number of you, especially the ladies up on the stage doing the Tina Turner, I know that you had to dig a little deeper this morning to find your sense of purpose after such a fantastic evening together. I like to inject a little humor here. But seriously, aren't we all extremely lucky to be part of such a strong community of educators, united by the strong belief that every child can thrive given the opportunity to benefit from an IB education? Doesn't this very belief fuel a strong sense of purpose? I know that it does for me and my colleagues. As we plan this conference each year, we strive to strike the proper balance between providing meaningful and valuable professional development and also celebrating the important work that each of you do in classrooms and on university campuses each day. As such, I hope that during our 4 days together that you've learned a lot and that you have also recharged your batteries and reinforced the importance of the role that you play in the IB world, both in your community and around the world. Before we close the 5th Annual Conference of the Americas, I would like to take a moment to echo Siva's words of thanks to Jeff Beard for all that he has done to transform the IB into the organization that you see before you today. An organization that is supporting a more diverse group of schools. An organization that has a greater focus on service to our stakeholders. An organization that strives to delight you in the support we provide to your school. This new approach to the connection we have with schools is a direct result of the changes that Jeff initiated during his tenure. I'd also like to personally thank Jeff for recruiting me and for giving me the opportunity to lead this great region. What do you think? Did he make a good choice? Okay. So Jeff, it's my sincere thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you over the last 5 years, and I'm glad that it's not the end of the year yet. There are also a few other people for whom I would like to express gratitude. When we opened the conference, I mentioned to you the fact that Paul Campbell is responsible for the content and the programming of the conference. But Paul's work doesn't tell the whole story. He has a partner in crime, and put the slide up, in Janine Littrell, who oversees the myriad of logistics involved in bringing 1,500 people together for 4 days of high-quality professional development and networking. But it takes more than just Paul and Janine, and you can stop the embarrassment, we can take it down, but it takes more than just Paul and Janine to pull this off so flawlessly. In that vein, I'd like to thank our sponsors whose financial support allows us to ensure that the conference experience is just that, an experience including Tina Turner references, Texas, and all the likes. I promised Michigan I would tease you a little bit, but I haven't figured out a witty quip to do that. Last night's celebration was just one example of these experiences, and wasn't it a great celebration? It will truly be memorable for me, and hopefully to all of you. Each year, about 10 months prior to the conference, we form a local arrangements committee comprised of staff and members of the local IB community to help us bring local flavor to the event through student artwork, performances like you heard today and every other day, and other cultural elements. Janine and Paul were supported by this year's local arrangements committee that was comprised of Mike Leschner, Robin Kahn, internally, and then externally, and more importantly, members of the community including Keith Altazin, Karen Phillips, Teresa Vitter, Rachel Avery, Mary Beth Mullen, Brad Coltrane, Nan Ryan, Avril Font, and Kelly George. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. The conference was also supported by dozens of IB staff members from around the world, and not just as part of the regional team. Part of the benefit of coming here together is that you have an opportunity to talk to our academic team from The Hague, to get your questions directly answered, to talk to the folks in our professional development department in Bethesda, both globally and regionally, to get your questions answered. But I'd like to call out a few specific individuals: Colleen Duffy, Stephen Perrine, Kate Fitzgerald, Joy Lambright, Lauren Smith, Debbie Maldonado, Luciana Pamio, and Matt Shaw for his help in getting those tweets up on the screen, and Natasha DeFlorian for last minute stepping in to help with some of the facilitator activities, and Teresa Augustine from our Bethesda office for helping Janine and the team with registration. Thanks to everyone who helped make this conference a success. The picture that we flashed before, and let's flash it again if we can, captures just a few members of the team that I just mentioned having a little fun last night, and you can tell it's towards the end of the conference when they have smiles on their face. Not that they want to get rid of you, but it means that the hard work is done. So thank you for joining me in appreciating expressing your thanks for the hard work that they do. But the success of the conference also includes thanks to you as participants. I'd also like to thank our speakers, the student performers, the student artists who gave us their artwork to display here throughout the hotel, and of course the breakout leaders who led over 100 breakout sessions. We couldn't have had a successful conference without all of those people coming together, again, in the name of IB. Thank you. And I've still got a microphone in front of me, so I'm not going to give up just yet. Now that the 2013 Conference of the Americas is almost behind us, I'm happy to announce that the 2014 conference will take place from July 10th to the 13th in Washington, D.C. And please remember to bring your voucher if you trade in one of those programs that Paul promised, the voucher for $6 off next year's registration. We will be honoring that if you register online. Thanks again for joining us here in New Orleans, and we look forward to seeing you next year in D.C. Thanks for all that you do every day in the classroom to provide the best education for students at your schools and the work that you do on our behalf. Thank you so much. Now, before you leave, I'll take the applause. Before you leave, we prepared a quick little slideshow so that we can embarrass as many people as possible. And without further ado, let's roll the slideshow. Thank you, travel safely, and laissez les bon temps rouler.